sorry. I'm just getting sad.
No, you're fine.
I don't know why I'm emotional right now. Sorry.
Don't.
Yo guys, what is everybody saying? Ricegum is officially broken up with his girlfriend. There's been a rumor that's been going around for a while now, but it was recently confirmed by his girlfriend, or should I say his ex-girlfriend, in an interview that she did with Hollywood Life. After watching the whole relationship play out, there's just some interesting theories or points to look at and look back on now that the relationship is over. While they were in this relationship, from the very beginning, a lot of Ricegum's viewers were not welcoming to his now ex-girlfriend and had the feeling that she was a gold digger and clout chaser. And you know, this was a thing that was going on for a long while. There was many comments being left under the videos to say this, and it was such a topic that it was even from time to time addressed by themselves in the video.
Do a challenge. I saw a lot of people on YouTube do this. Let's kiss, and basically the first person to pull away loses.
Okay. And then if you win, you just get to win.
Like $1,000 then?
Oh, okay. Let's do this.
She was
We
like,
start now.
She was like, ooh, money.
Yeah, since I'm a gold digger, you know. I gotta act right.
So with that being said, seeing that they've broken up, it may not come as a surprise to those people who felt Ricegum's ex-girlfriend Abby had ill intentions from the beginning. However, the interview is quite revealing. You know, going based on that pattern, you would assume that Abby is the one who broke up with Ricegum after getting what she needs. But according to her, at least, Ricegum is the one that broke up with her.
People also think I broke up with him, but that's not true. So, you know, he broke up with me.
And she claims that the relationship also just didn't work out because they wanted different things, you know, that he was more focused on his career and the social side of life, while she was not really accustomed to that life and was more focused on more real world things and real world activities.
You know, with us too, the love was just, it was so strong, and it still is. I mean, I still love him, but I think that we just wanted different things, and I think that we cared about different things, and you know, this lifestyle is like so new to me, and I think, you know, for him it's kind of like he's very used to this, and this is kind of just like his life, you know what I mean? And I think I, you know, came from a very like low-key, normal life, and I kind of just wanted that with him, and I wanted to focus on, you know, the things that I cared about, you know, like life things, and he kind of wanted to care about more his career things.
However, this is a very interesting point. Looking at that point she raised about Ricegum being more focused on career-related things is an interesting one, because looking at it from one side, it seems controversial because, as has been mentioned in the comment section, Ricegum isn't even uploading consistently at the moment, and one could say maybe he hasn't been uploading consistently because he's being held back by Abby, and that's even more of a reason why he felt to end the relationship. But in the past, he has even mentioned directly that she is not a reason for his lack of uploads.
I've not filmed in like 2 weeks. Like, I haven't posted in 2 weeks. I've been slacking, and it's honestly her fault. It's your fault.
You know it's not my fault.
Okay, it's not her fault. It's honestly me. I've been lazy. I've been bad.
And then to add to that, you know, Ricegum at this point of his career is even a time that people are debating whether he's fallen off or not. You know, there's several videos out there about him being irrelevant now, including one video that I made, linked in the description. And with all of that being said, he has also acknowledged, you know, his decline in views and things.
I could stand here and confidently say that I was one of the top creators. I was one of the most popular YouTubers when it comes to numbers and views. And obviously, as time goes, I'm not at the top anymore. You know, it is what it is.
Therefore, that being said, again, you know, with his lack of uploads, he doesn't seem to be in a rush to change or climb and fight back to get to the top. So you would assume that he would have even more time for the regular relationship and regular life activities that Abby says was more of her focus. So looking at it that way, it's quite strange for that to be one of the reasons that they broke up, considering maybe Ricegum might be at the best time in his career to entertain a relationship like this, and put a lot of focus there, as he seemed to be doing. You know, this has been one of his least active times on YouTube, and therefore, you know, you would assume would free him up to have one of the most input he could have in their relationship. And then again, coming from that kind of angle, you know, Abby mentioned how she's just not as accustomed to the celebrity and YouTube lifestyle and kind of fake environment and clout chaser sort of environment that there is in the industry. And again, you know, that like difference in between her and Ricegum was kind of highlighted as a potential reason for how they saw things differently and couldn't continue being together.
Very, you know, oh, how many followers do you have? You're this level, you're socially accepted here. You know, it's very uncomfortable, and I think you know, I couldn't mesh with that. And I think, you know, that's where, you know, to touch on him again, I think that's where him and I is like, he's so used to that world.
Yeah.
And so used to kind of he's a very neutral person. So, you know, he kind of just sits back and I can't. Like, you know, I can't like be fake. I can't be, you know, fit in and act like, you know, I speak up. Like, that's the type of person I am. And he's not. So it's like we always clash.
But that is also, again, quite strange, considering these characteristics that she raised about herself, not being accustomed to this or not being like everybody else in regards to being able to fit into all of the fake industry antics, seemed to be a reason that Ricegum was drawn to her. When Ricegum spoke about how they met, he highlighted that as one of the things that he liked about her, that she was different and not like all the other girls in LA and in the YouTube scene that are so clout and money based.
Looking for a relationship, like, I don't need a girl in my life. I'm just chilling. I mean, I've been here for like a year now, and just my experience with girls, like, they would have pretty faces and it would attract me to them. But when I got to talk to them, I guess their personality threw me off, or like their intentions.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like they just wanted me for my money and my fame.
And it's true. Out here, girls' mentality, I've noticed, is very different than maybe where I'm from, the South. Out here, it's just a little bit more
Clout.
People are out for what they want for themselves.
Clout, money, this, and you're not like that. You would show me love if I was a broke boy.
Yes. I've dated a broke boy before.
I
didn't love even as nearly as much as I love you.
You've dated people that didn't have cars.
So once again, that seems like quite a surprising reason for their relationship to end. But looking at things from the opposite direction, I feel it's definitely realistic that, you know, I just mentioned how Ricegum said in the past, like, one of the things he liked about her that what drew him to her was how she was different and not like everyone else in LA that is fitting in. However, you know, that could be something that you desired for and attracted you in the beginning, but then you may have not known, you know, you don't really fully know the situation until you're in it. So maybe at the same time as he always wanted someone that was different and not your typical LA YouTube industry girl, he may have still wanted someone who could adjust better than what Abby did. And then again, kind of similar on the other side, looking at things from the other point of view, trying to understand more what Abby said in this interview. Although Ricegum is not uploading currently, you know, doesn't upload consistently at all, he, as part of his job and as part of all of these YouTubers and social media influencers, they, at least when they're not even uploading, like to still be in the limelight and in the spotlight and attending other social media related events and supporting their social media friends and things of that nature. So there could still be other things that don't necessarily revolve around uploading that still shows Ricegum being career focused and not just focus on his private life with her. So just the fact that he is not uploading consistently is not a clear enough reason to say, that's an invalid point. So yeah, it's interesting, obviously this is just one side of the story. Ricegum's side has not been heard. Going back, Abby kind of raises the point and talks about how she's so not used to this world and never really desired for any of this clout and anything like that. And this was all new to her, and Ricegum was so much more accustomed to it than her. She's definitely more accustomed to the industry than she let on. She's good friends with an Instagram model called KT Bell.
I'm from Florida. I'm an Instagram model. Abby's my best friend.
And I believe through her has been seen many times partying and stuff with Dan Bilzerian. If you don't know who Dan Bilzerian is, he's a very famous guy on the internet. They call him like the internet's Hugh Hefner. And he's just notorious for making lots of money and having sex with lots of women.
Here's the thing, man. It's pay now or pay later. Like, at some point in your life, you got to do the fucking work, whether it's in the beginning or later. For me, I set up my life so that I don't have to, work later. 2015, I beat this one dude for like 54 million. I had money coming in from every fucking direction. Bro, these girls are wild these days, man. Yeah, for me, I expect a girl to fuck me straight away. Like, and I don't look down on her for it. I think I'm a prize. Like, I think I'm a good dude, right? Like, if I was a chick, like, I'd probably fuck me. So I'm like, I have an obligation. Like, if a hot girl wants to fuck me, I almost feel like obligated as a man to fuck her. If you, right now, like, the level of effort that I would put in to get a piece of pussy is pretty fucking low.
And no females that are usually around this guy are usually just there, just to be friends or anything like that. But I'm not trying to insinuate that Abby had anything to do with him sexually, considering I believe she did meet him only through her friend, and then also later on she brought Ricegum around him. So I don't know if that's something that she would have done if she had been involved with Dan Bilzerian in that way. But yeah, Dan Bilzerian is very much an industry guy, that she was around before she had ever met Ricegum, so she had had a taste of the industry. And then again, she had actually appeared on YouTube before she ever, maybe not met Ricegum, but before she appeared on screen with Ricegum. I was just casually in a Jake Paul video where the guys and girls are rating each other out of 10.
That's fine.
Yeah. So it's a little steep, but I feel like your looks are a 9.2. Like, personality's a 9.5 because from what I know from you, you're very funny.
Thank you so much.
Effortlessly funny.
Thank you so much, Abby.
So I just mentioned that to show that, she's been a bit around and a bit more acclimatized to the industry than she was suggesting. Then now there's this narrative of her being a clout chaser, and a gold digger. To revisit that, when you look at the timeline of events, basically, when she got in a relationship with Ricegum, she had about 130,000 Instagram followers.
Okay, so how many followers on Instagram do I have?
Bro, that shit changing every second. Like, how are we supposed to know?
Because she's so beautiful. Stop. I love you guys. Okay, so
That was like an hour ago, so.
she's right.
And now has over 800,000 Instagram followers. So she's gained over 700,000 followers whilst being with Ricegum. Beyond that, within the relationship, she got a breast enlargement. I think it wouldn't be a surprise if Ricegum paid for this, just being the person who makes the most money in the relationship. I could see him offering to do so, but who knows, she may say that she paid for this. Ricegum also got her a dog. It was a dog for both of them, but it seemed clearly more so for her, considering Ricegum even mentioned that he's allergic to dogs.
The dogs. That's why I've never really even thought about getting one, but if Shawty want a dog, we get a dog.
Additionally, Ricegum took her on holiday, I believe, like 2 times. These are all things, again, that every relationship would consist of. And if there's one person who makes significantly more money, you know, they would feel no way about spoiling their significant other. But the only reason I mention these things is just to show the trail of gains and explore the, you know, potential of her being a gold digger, you know, since that's such a big theme amongst Ricegum's audience. So yeah, there's been consistent gaining over 700,000 followers is probably the most significant thing, you know, being able to have that pull and now influence and gives her even just more money making power independently. But back to the topic of being a gold digger, it's what you do after the relationship is what can really determine if you were a gold digger or not, or what your intentions were during this whole thing. And that is where something kind of fishy, you could say, comes up. You know, on this interview with Hollywood Life, she mentioned wanting to start a YouTube channel. That, you know, why not? She might as well. And, you know, she's learned so much from Ricegum.
I think I might start a YouTube. I feel like I should have, like, my own YouTube, because you know, we did a joint channel, and then I did a lot of stuff on his channel, and you know, I learned so much. He's taught me so much, and you know, inspired me a lot, and I'm very grateful for that.
Getting into a realm like this where, you know, the only way that she knows YouTube and knows the YouTube life is because of Ricegum. You know, she had nothing to do with YouTube before. You know, she was only based on Instagram. Lucky enough to have been with someone so influential and that has managed to grow you on your platform, which is Instagram. And you also someone who claims that, you know, you don't really have a desire for a lot of what this industry life brings, and then you go and create a YouTube channel. You know, one point that she raised and that I think is valid: YouTube is available to anyone out there, so she has all rights to go for this. But
you know, and I think another reason I didn't start YouTube is because before him, I never even considered YouTube. Like, you know, that's not really my thing. But really, in reality, like, it's anyone's thing. Like, why wouldn't I at this point?
And then interestingly, another point to add into the mix is that she did mention that after Ricegum broke up with her, he wanted to get back with her. He wanted to change his mind, and she refused.
He broke up with me, and then, you know, wanted to change his mind, and I think that I just couldn't do it again.
Therefore, you know, one could still argue, for those who are of the belief that, you know, she is a gold digger and, you know, this was all she was here for, one could argue that now that she's got her gain, you know, she doesn't want to get back with him, you know, because she's got her gain and she's done. You know, there's no more to do. She's gonna get out while she can. But yeah, it's funny, you know, these relationships that don't last too long are always interesting. You know, this is something that a lot of Ricegum's fans were calling would happen from early, so they must feel like, you know, they really saw it coming before it comes. But it's funny, just the other day she was getting Ricegum's name tattooed on the inside of her lip. So, you know, things move fast out here. But I would like to end this by letting you guys know that I would not be surprised if they get back together. Also, as she mentioned, that they nearly broke up due to the same reasons 6 months ago.
It happened like 6 months ago, but like no one knew about it.
So if these type of problems have already been coming, and then they already bounced back from it in the past when, you know, the public didn't even know, what is to say they won't bounce back from this one? But what do you guys think about this? And do you guys feel like ultimately this is good for Ricegum? You know, I've seen a lot of comments suggesting that they feel this could be good for Ricegum to get to his old self producing, you know, quote unquote higher quality content, you know, for a while now, as he's had a girlfriend. As I mentioned in my last video, like his first 8 uploads after having a girlfriend just didn't have one video without her. They all included her, and that's not his usual formula, considering he's never had a girlfriend on his channel before. He's usually making a lot more solo videos. And then also he streams on Twitch, or at least used to, and we already saw how him having a girlfriend impacted that.
What are your fans saying right now?
So they're saying that they're trying to see some twerking.
Me about it. They're like, she's tripping.
They're saying they're trying to see some twerking. Dude, what is good with this girl?
That bitch is fucking laughing.
No, she's not.
I just watched the fucking stream. You dumb fuck. You dumb whore, bitch.
Oh my god.
Fucking dude.
So do you feel like now that this is not there, this could benefit Ricegum's career at the very least? Or do you feel otherwise? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and